What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, and I'm back at it again with another episode here of the Celebrity Junk, man. And today we're gonna have a serious conversation, man. A lot of black men just don't have game in 2020. Just don't have game in 2020, man. It's not a diss, but I'm seeing this as I'm getting, more of the black men to come and subscribe to my channel. That's who I'm dedicating my content to. And it is a slow growth, but I appreciate all the brothers been supporting me throughout the years. But I'm seeing this, especially with a lot of the younger guys under 30. A lot of black men just don't know how to talk or how to communicate effectively with women. They can't do it online. They definitely can't do it in person, or they're afraid to holler at women in person. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, it leads to relying on social media applications, the Tinders, the dating sites, and things like that. And in order to solve some of the problems that I know a lot of brothers was happening, I went to my homeboy Freeze, right? And shout out to Freeze is it YouTube channel. He is in a certain type of lifestyle that would classify him as having the most knowledge. Again, I would say, the brothers that we call the P's, they have the most knowledge, and there is no other person that would have as much knowledge as them when it's talking about, dealing with women on any level, because they do it on all levels. And I wanted to ask him at a certain part, why don't a lot of black men are why are they having so many problems hollering at women in person? And is the best game in the field or approaching women, or is the best game like on Tinder or online? And he did have this to say, so I'm gonna play this clip and come back with my commentary. Let me ask you this one quick question, and I'm gonna ask a follow-up question. Is the game better in the field, like when you're going out and approaching females, or is it better on Tinder, online, and stuff like that? Like, how does the pimpin' look at that?
Me, myself, I say it's always better out in the field, because you got to think when you're getting at a female online, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, what have you, you have a big hurdle to overcome, and that's her seeing you like the rest of these niggas. Just another nigga in her DM, or just another nigga in her inbox. A lot of times she ain't even gonna open that, especially if she's somebody that's semi-popular, whose DM be jumping all the time. 9 times out of 10, unless you're also a popular on social media, if you just a regular with like me, I got, I think 1,600 followers. That's not a lot, on Instagram. If you somebody like that, the 9 times out of 10, she not gonna even open your DM message, right? So you have not only that hurdle, but even if she does open the DM message, again, you still constantly fighting an uphill battle of, distinguishing yourself from the rest of these niggas, right?
Right.
As opposed to, when you're in the field, see, that's the thing about social media. It's just too much beyond your control. You can't control when the opens your DM message. You can't control whether or not she's gonna read if she does open it or leave it on read. You can't control whether or not she goes to your profile and really, gets a better idea of who you are, what you look like, so on and so forth, what you into, all of that. It's just too much beyond your control on social media, as opposed to if you see her in the flesh out in the field, you in the DM right now, and it's like, yeah, I'm in your face. This is the real DM, you know what I mean? Like, you can't avoid this, And if she does try to avoid it, you're gonna at least you're gonna at least see her. But like I said, there's so much within your control when you're face to face. You know, if you tall, you know what I mean? She might not have been able to see how tall you was on social media, but she could see how tall you are face to face. Like, damn, I didn't know you was this tall. Or
Mm-hmm.
or the way you dress, on your social media, you might be into fitness and you might not get dressed all the time on your social media page, but she see you out and about downtown somewhere or something, and you really, geared up. She get to see that. On social media, on Instagram, you can't smell nobody's cologne. She can smell your cologne, you know, face to face. She get to hear your voice up close and personal and feel you. It's just so much within your control when you're face to face,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to being on social media, and then you know, things like I say, like sense of humor or conversation, it just comes across so much better when you face to face as opposed to when you're on social media. So, and then not just that, not only does she get to see more of you, but you get to see more of her.
Mm-hmm.
And with you seeing more of her, you know what I mean? Like, damn, girl, I didn't know you was this fine face to face. Damn, you might say some funny like that. Like, damn, you look even better in person. So like that, you know what I mean? And then you can expound upon what you think looks better in person as opposed to social media. You know, so like I say, it's just so much more within your control being out in the field.
So you heard what he had to say, right? And a lot of brothers forget that while you're online and you on Instagram or you on Tinder and stuff like that, a woman cannot really get to know your personality. She can't hear your voice, you can't hear hers. And what might not be impactful online when you see her, it could be very impactful because you could just stand out. And the one thing that I'm starting to figure out is a lot of brothers are just afraid to approach, right? A lot of brothers are afraid of rejection, getting shot down. And trust me, like we all have been shot down trying to approach a female. And a lot of times when we try to do that, we come to the realization that she is better than us, and she is the prize and we are not the prize. And then we kind of get on that tangent. And a lot of times, a lot of brothers don't want to approach because they have approach anxiety. And again, I know that this was an issue, right? So I went back to Freeze in the same conversation, and I asked him, like, what would you suggest to any of these brothers that have approach anxiety? Like, what would you say? What would you do? And so he has something very interesting to say. I want him to go ahead and weigh in on himself. Play that clip. Like, let's say for the guy who has a hard time approaching women, but he's trying to get his holler on. I know this is hard because you coming down to the to the simple, to the squares, right? Everyday square problems. I know it's kind of hard to I know you haven't been a square for a long time, but how would you suggest, like, let's say for example, just a guy that's trying to get his holler on, trying to approach females, he lack confidence in that. How do you get your confidence up to approach women? Because even sometimes, I know, like most niggas, you see a chick and walk by, ass or stupid fat, you be like, God damn, your heart start beating real quick because you gotta make a decision real fast on if you're gonna talk to her or not. I mean, I know that happened to most niggas. Like, man, should I say something? Should I not say something? I'm not dressed right now. What advice would the pimping give to the normal everyday guy that's having problems approaching, and how to basically open up a conversation?
First of all, this is what you got to keep in mind, man. It's just a you know what I mean? It's just a bitch, man. Like this ain't the big bad wolf. You know what I mean? This ain't Goliath. You know what I mean? Like she's not gonna rip your head off and say something to her. Like, nigga, what? Like, the bitch ain't gonna kill you, man. It's not gonna kill you. So once you understand that, you know what I mean, and put it in its proper perspective, man. It's just and you might be thinking of some, like, philosophical, you know, detailed, complex approach to come to with this, but you might say like the simplest, you know, like give you an example, right? One time I'm in the casino in Vegas, and this badass walking past me and my partner, we at the bar, and her titty brushed up against him, right? And he said something to her, and you know, she kind of like laughed it off or whatever. And from what I remember, what he said to her, in my mind, I thought was actually better than what I said to her. But I wasn't even trying to get at her though. He was. I wasn't even trying to get at her. I just said, "Damn, your titties all over the place, just bumping into." And she just like she, you know, that was the funniest thing in the world to the, you know what I mean? And I ended up having it for like a couple years, you know what I mean? Like, but I wasn't even trying to get at her. You know what I mean? I just was like, damn, titties just all over the place, bumping into. And she just like thought that was the funniest thing in the world. And she came up to me. She stopped even going where she was going. I think she was about to go in the club or something that was in the casino. But she stopped all that and came over there by the bar with me, and we sat at the bar and talked for like 3 or 4 hours. You know what I mean? So, and this is me not even trying to get at her, but I say all of that to say, like, you never know what might make a like you. So because you never know that, if you have a problem approaching girls and saying something to them, like, don't even think about it. Just say something. Just say anything. You know what I mean? Because you got to get over that hump of like, damn, I don't know what to say. Should I say this? Should I say that? Damn, all that hesitation before you know it, the gonna be gone and your opportunity will be gone with it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
Just say something. Just get into the habit of saying something every time you see a female that you think is attractive or that you think you might like. Just say something. You know what I mean? And if you just get, you know, if you're the type of individual that just can't get your tongue every time, you know what I mean? Just say the simplest. You know what I mean? You can get more creative later on. You just got to get over the hump of saying something to the, you know what I mean? Just say something to her. You know what I mean? Like, if you could smell what perfume she got on, like ask her about her perfume, or you know what I mean, if, you know, whatever outfit she got on, compliment her on her outfit. You know, it ain't got to be no extravagant ass. You know, just say anything to her. You know, and then once you get comfortable with that, then you can start being more creative. And then you might be surprised, like saying that simple ass to her might end up with you getting her phone number or her or whatever, her contact information, and you might end up having, you know what I mean? And then what'll start to happen is you'll get more confident the more you say something, you know what I mean? Like, just give yourself a goal. Just give yourself a goal of, it ain't got to be nothing great, just 2 females. I'm going to say something, anything to 2 females that I don't know every day when I go outside. You know what I mean? Whether you're in a grocery store, the laundromat, the bank, whatever, you know what I mean? Just tell yourself, I'm going to say something to 2 strangers, females that I find attractive every day. You know what I mean? Just start there, you know, and that'll help you build your confidence in approaching females. Then once you get comfortable doing that, then you can start being creative and thinking to yourself like, okay, most dudes is probably going to approach her this way. You know, how can I come a different type of way? You know, how can I counteract the average approach? You know, then you can start getting creative like that. But I say, keep in mind, it's just you know what I mean? Worst thing she can do is tell you no, or the worst thing she could do is ignore you or something like that. That's not going to kill you. And once you realize that it's just say something, anything, say something to the bitch.
All right. So basically, he gives some great advice that says, okay, if you can't say, like, if you have approach anxiety, number one is, you know, it's just a female, right? It's just a woman. So she ain't gonna, you know, kill you or anything like that. You know, you sitting around waiting, and next thing you know, she'll be gone and out the way. You're gonna miss your opportunity. He says something very important. Just say something to her. You know what I'm saying? Just get out, and you know, every day I'm gonna say hello. two women, you know, build your confidence up by just speaking, right? You might just say hello, and she might say something like hello, you know, back, and just because you spoke, you might open up the, you know what I'm saying, the gates for you to be able to really holler. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers is afraid to holler because, you know, you just don't know what to say. And again, that's something that you can work on. And the game is the process. You know what I'm saying? Even for the older guys, some of you brothers been out of the game for a minute. You know, you've been with your wife or your girlfriend and you haven't dated for a while and you're relying on Tinder. It's not happening, but you see fine women every day and you afraid to say something. Just get back in the habit of saying something. And, you know, after a few weeks, you know, like if you was a player before, you had a little bit of game, you can get back out there. You know, it's just like riding the bike. You know, first few times might be a little rough, but you remember how this game goes, right? So don't be afraid to holler, and go back out there and just say something like the brother said. And I thank Prees. Let me give him a round of applause, right, for the game that he dropped.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Because the game that he dropped was just so official, like a referee with a whistle. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the brother. Go and check him out and subscribe to his channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I really appreciate the bro for coming by. You know what I'm saying? He dropped a lot of knowledge on the brothers, and hopefully we can have him back. The video that we did on the OnlyFans, it did really good, right? So, you know what I'm saying? We did very good. The next thing I want to do, man, is make sure you go to the first comment pinned to the top. You know what I'm saying? First comment pinned to the top. And, you know, like I said, when you go there, check me out. You know what I'm saying? All my information is there. You know what I mean? Like, all my information is there, right? All of it. You know, my page, you know what I'm saying? My not Instagram, but my Cash App, all of that, Patreon, all of that. But I want to give a shout out, man, to one of my longtime subscribers, right? Brandon Nichols, right? And Brandon Nichols, man, he has this new company, man, called Savage Time TV, right? That's there on Facebook and on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just see it on Facebook, rather. So if you're on Facebook and you want to check out, you know, Savage Time TV, check him out, right? And again, I want to, you know, salute to brother Brandon Nichols, man, for coming through like that and supporting your boy. And you guys know, man, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm back at it again. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.